Hello, and welcome to the Colorado State Capitol. My name is Teresa Holst.
And my name is Simon Magakian, and today we'll be discussing how you can get involved with the legislative process.
Have you ever wanted to tell lawmakers your opinion on a particular bill or issue? Well, you can, and it is not that difficult. Hopefully, by the end of this program, you will have the basic information you need to participate or testify before a legislative committee.
The formation of public policy is the people's business and should not be conducted in private.
The Colorado State Constitution requires that sessions of the Senate, the House of Representatives, and committees of reference be open to the public.
Committee meetings are held daily from January through May, Monday through Friday, in the Colorado State Capitol building.
Or they are held in the Legislative Services Building located across the street from the Capitol.
House meetings are normally held in these rooms, located in the Capitol basement. Senate committees usually meet in the rooms located between the elevators on the third floor.
And don't forget, Joint Budget Committee hearings are held in the Legislative Services Building.
Committee room seating is limited, and meetings may be relocated to accommodate attendance.
Most hearings have a scheduled start time. Some committees, however, meet after the full House and Senate have adjourned or recessed for the day.
When a bill is introduced in either chamber of the General Assembly, it is assigned to a committee of reference for consideration. You can find the schedule on the General Assembly website.
The calendars for each chamber are published daily and contain the date, time, and location for all committee hearings, as well as the bills to be considered.
There may be additions or deletions to the published calendar that are announced daily on the floor in each chamber.
The order of bills to be heard in a committee is posted outside the room where the committee is meeting. The order is also subject to change.
The daily status sheet is also a helpful tool to provide a history of the General Assembly's action on a bill and a quick way to find where a bill is in the legislative process.
The House and Senate journals are the official record of the actions taken by the General Assembly each day. Journals include votes taken in each chamber on bills and committee reports.
All of this information can be accessed on the Colorado General Assembly website at leg.state.co.us. Also, copies of the daily status sheet, calendars, journals, and copies of bills can be obtained from the Legislative Bill Room located south of the Capitol in the basement of the Legislative Services Building.
You can listen to live audio broadcasts of legislative committee meetings from anywhere on a computer with internet access.
Permanent archives of the audio recordings are available at the State Archives Office at 1313 Sherman Street, south of the Capitol, or in the Joint Legislative Library in the Capitol basement.
Article 5, Section 12 of the Colorado Constitution allows the House and Senate to adopt and enforce rules to govern the committees.
The rules are adopted at the beginning of a General Assembly. Committees must abide by the rules to ensure orderly and timely meetings. The chair of each committee is empowered to enforce rules.
The committee chair is appointed by the Speaker of the House or the Senate Majority Leader. Each chair determines when bills are heard in their committee.
Chairs make every effort to give every person in attendance an opportunity to speak. However, the chair can limit discussion and exclude repetitious or irrelevant testimony, clear the committee room in the event of a disturbance, ask a person to leave a committee hearing, and request the Sergeant-at-Arms to enforce state law that prohibits disruptions in public buildings. Once it's time for a committee meeting to begin, the chair will call the committee to order and take roll.
Most committee hearings take place in committee rooms. However, if a large crowd is expected, a committee may be moved into this room, the old Supreme Court chambers.
The chair will announce a bill and ask the bill sponsor to explain it.
Then the chair may ask for testimony. Testimony is usually given in an order suggested by the bill sponsor.
When you are ready to testify, you need to provide some basic personal information on a sign-up sheet for the public record. After you are recognized by the chair, please give your name, address, who you're representing, and the reason for your testimony.
Please wait to respond to any questions or comments until the chair identifies you. This helps the people listening on the internet to know who is speaking. All hearings are recorded and archived for future reference.
After public testimony is complete, the chair may lay the bill over for action. Or the chair will put the bill on the table for further discussion and action.
The bill sponsor or the public may offer changes to the bill, but only committee members may offer amendments. Once the committee has completed amending the bill, a final vote may be taken, or the bill may be laid over for final action at a later date.
Final committee action requires a formal recorded vote, and final votes are available soon after the committee recesses.
Here's a few more things to keep in mind when testifying. Don't be surprised if a committee member leaves while you are testifying. Sometimes members get called out on official legislative business.
If you cannot testify in person, you may submit written testimony.
Remember, whatever you say and the materials you bring will become part of the public record. Use courteous language, be brief, and try not to repeat testimony that has already been given. Don't be surprised if you are asked a question about your testimony.
It's possible you may not get to testify depending on the number of people wanting to testify. Hearings can go late, so you may have to stay until late in the evening to testify or learn what happened to the bill.
Here's a few things to keep in mind to help the hearings run smoothly. No placards, signs, applause, or interruptions, and please turn off cell phones and pagers.
To find out what happened, you can either stay until the end of the hearing or look online in the committee summary database. There is one for every committee.
These guidelines apply to most committee hearings, but not all. For example, the Joint Budget Committee does not generally take public testimony from anyone other than state personnel.
Now you're ready to testify. Your voice matters.
We hope you feel better prepared to participate and be heard. Thanks for watching.